sort of felt like a fish out of water. I kind of moved around a lot. I went to about 5 different schools up until high school. So I never felt like I really had my place. I actually went to a boarding high school in New Hampshire, which was a Waldorf school for those of you who know what that means. A lot of hippies. So I graduated high school and decided to take a gap year. And I came back home, and I'd never really hung out with the kids around here. I didn't have my friends, my home friends. So as I was working out of school, I kind of became friends with the local high school kids. And one weekend in the winter, my friend Hope was up, and she also went to a boarding school in New Hampshire. So neither of us really knew what the high school party scene looked like. Apparently, here in the North Country, there are 3 options. 1, in the woods. 2, in someone's camp. And 3, if you're really lucky, in someone's house whose parents are gone. So it was winter, mid-blizzard. Me and my friend, and my other friend, Lizzie, who's from around here, drove up to Lake Placid to attend one of these parties. On our way, we stopped at our friend's house to hang out until we went to the party, because apparently you're not supposed to show up on time. That's not cool. So we were hanging out, and I didn't really know the girls, so I was pretty quiet. And this one girl, Taylor, says, "Hey, some of our friends need a ride. Would you be willing to drive us?" Because I'm sober and I'm the only one who has a car. So I was like, sure, no problem. I'm trying to be cool. So it's me and this girl I really don't know leave her house, and I leave my friend back with 2 other girls she didn't know either. And so we go and we pick up this kid who's sneaking out of his house, so I can't drive up to the house, just on the street corner. I've never met him before. He comes in my car and he's like, "Hey, I got one more friend. Can we pick him up? It's on the way." And I was like, sure, still trying to act cool. And so we get there to his friend's house, and he's just walking down the street. And I was like, okay, sure, get in my car. Another stranger I don't know. And then he says, "Hey, I have a few more friends. Can we pick them up on the way?" The thing is, this isn't my car. It's my mom's car. Luckily, I own it now, but I was like, sure, we can go pick up more people. I still have 1 more seat, so I'm not too worried yet. And we get to this other kid's house, and there's like 4 of them. And I'm like, okay, I gotta be cool. I got to be cool. So I was like, sure, like, get in my car. And they open up the hatch, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm in too deep. So I'm like, okay, yeah, it's okay, it's okay. Can't see out of the back. I'm underage. I'm probably 18, so I'm not supposed to have that many people in my car yet. I'm like, okay, it's fine. I'm okay. So we start driving towards the party, and we're driving out of Lake Placid, kind of getting on back roads. I'm like, who lives back here? And then we get it to a dead end, and I'm like, where are we going? And they're like, okay, it's just up that road. And I see a tiny, tiny dirt road. And I'm like, you guys can get out. I'm not driving up there. They're like, okay, we'll get out. So me and Taylor then turn around and go back to her house to pick up the rest of the people who are there. So 4 more girls pile in my car, all legally this time. And we start driving back to this party. And I don't want to be here, but I'm trying to be cool. So I go, and we get to that same dead end, and this time they're like, keep driving. I'm like, okay, I'll keep driving. They're like, it's just up this way. All right. So I'm driving, it's dirt road, snowy. I'm like, okay, it's okay. I'm an anxious person, so I'm actually freaking out inside. And all of a sudden, it just gets really, really bumpy. I mean, potholes that look like they're 3 feet deep. And it's winding roads. And I'm like, okay. We're almost there. At least 10 minutes later, we finally make it to what seems like where we're supposed to be going, and all I see is a tiny hunting camp and a small bonfire outside. And I'm like, this is the party? So I pull in, and my friend Hope's been quiet this whole time. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Just bear with me. We walk up to the party, and there's people around the bonfire, but I'm like, okay, maybe it'll be warm inside. And I walk in, and there's no heat. And I'm not sure there was electricity either. Boys are on one side, girls are on the other side. I'm like, are we still in middle school? So I'm just hanging out for a little bit, trying to be cool. And I'm like trying to talk to people, but no one is talking to anyone else. It's like those 3 awkward clumps of people just like spread out over this tiny hunting cabin. 10 minutes into it, I look at my friend Hope, and I'm like, you want to go home? And she's like, absolutely. So we pack up our car. I leave all those kids there. I have no idea how they're going to get home, but I'm not worried about that at this point. We make it back. We make it back safely. I did not break my mom's car. It's now my car, so it's okay. I can tell her this now. But, I learned one thing. Me and Hope both did. That when you're going to a high school party, check if there's going to be heat first. Thank you.